everyone, I'm JoJo Allrich. Welcome to the JoJo Allrich Show. As you know, this is a show that comes on, every, Monday. We're live right now on Facebook and also YouTube. So please, share the live, Yes, also we have a special guest, which is Will Jourdain. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. It's about time we get to have a face-to-face. So many times we've been talking just on the phone, and I'm sure some people are wondering, put a face to the voice. So
this
is it. Sorry to disappoint.
No, this is the handsome, yes, Will Jourdain. We always, talking on the phone, so finally we are live in the studio. So now you see the face, we could put the face to the voice, right?
Yeah, because there's so many people that are, I feel like Charlie's from Charlie's Angels, and I'm dating myself, sorry to do that, where I'm just a voice on the box to so many people.
Oh, wow. Anyway, before we go into the show, I would like to say, Will, I've known Will for many, many years, That's when we were, what, kids?
Yeah, many moons ago. Many moons ago.
That's right. Many moons ago, we did a lot of business together,
yes,
which was really awesome, and we were very young, very young. So, but now we here again, business again. As you can see now, we're more mature.
Well, speak for yourself.
Yeah. You still never change.
This is live TV. It doesn't get any more raw, unfiltered than this. Go ahead.
Anyway, so, thank you for tuning in. Today is really a special show. As you can see, we always talking about IOT. We stand for Internet of Things, which is the next big wave that's going across the world, not just America, but the globe, right? In the global world.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, we're here today. We're starting today to promote, actually, for next week, which is going to be even, bigger. So far, a lot of people had already, I would say, reserved their boxes. So we're going to go more into that. So today's an awesome show. Please share the show, share the live, okay, Facebook, YouTube. Tell your friends, whoever it is, tell it. This is very important. Okay, you don't want to miss that. And make sure, please, get a pen and a piece of paper too, because there's a lot of information we're going to give. Very important. I mean, a lot of knowledge we're going to be talking about. Some of you, this is the first time that you're going to be hearing about, IoT, crypto. So stay tuned, all right? So we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Right back.
Oroporo 2 is well known for its quality custom jewelry. Looking for that perfect engagement ring with flawless diamonds? Why not adorn your neckline with elegant 18-karat and 14-karat gold and platinum necklaces? Recently featured by TV host JoJo Allrich.
If you could think it, they could make it. This is what's so wonderful, about it. Beautiful.
Oroporo 2 has seasoned staff ready to create custom pieces for you. Did someone say pearls? Where else can you find high-end diamonds, fine Italian jewelry, designers, importers, repairs? They even buy gold. Financing available. Oroporo 2. Be sure to say JoJo sent you.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
JoJo Allrich Show. This is a show that comes on every week, on every Monday on Facebook and YouTube. And also don't forget to subscribe. Okay, subscribe to the YouTube channels. In fact, there's two YouTube channels. One of them is for the JoJo Allrich Show, and the other one is for Allrich, Showcase, which is a segment. It's not as powerful in terms of timing. Okay, it's about like 5-minute segment, but we specialize in certain products, and right there we give it to you straight, right? It's no commercial, nothing like that, but it's really, really awesome, and it's very, very powerful too. So subscribe, yes, because we want those subscribers to actually to go up, right?
Yes, they help the algorithms, and they make this a worthwhile endeavor, so we can bring more content, more information, and more goodies to you in a timely fashion.
Oh, definitely. So today we're focusing on IoT, and the reason we're focusing on IoT because IoT, a lot of time I go around, I ask people, well, have you ever heard about IoT? And people say, what is that?
Yes, a lot of people.
Yeah, I do that purposely. I just ask them. I'm just searching to find out. Who knows? They said IoT. What is that? I've never heard of it. Then I said, well, internet. It means Internet of Things. I said, okay, what is it? So now, okay, I leave the floor to you because you're the guy with the IoT, right?
Okay, thank you. So it falls on my shoulders to kind of bring people up to speed of what the IoT is. The IoT stands for Internet of Things. Basically what it is, it's a secondary internet that they're putting in place throughout the world, throughout the planet. So you're probably saying, well, if we already have an internet, why do we need a secondary internet? Well, if you think about it this way, the internet that we have, has billions of people accessing it, and it's constantly need to be upgraded for speed and frequency in order to keep working. Now, imagine a congested highway. Now all of a sudden you have devices that need to be plugged in, that need to work sensors to turn off things, turn them on, that also count in the billions that have to get on that same highway that's already full. So now you have a problem. The internet is not going to be able to handle all of that. So in order to solve that problem, what they've decided to do is to create a secondary internet, which is now the Internet of Things. So that way we can keep running the one that we run, that everybody runs right now smoothly, and then the other one will be like just a little slower, lower frequency, just for our devices, all of those smart devices that we can't live without, so that they can function properly, so that when we don't return them back to the manufacturer. And as a matter of fact, the people that would be paying to access the internet of the IoT would be the manufacturers, the companies that are selling you the smartwatch, the smart house, the smart bed, or maybe the smart cars that are coming into the future. All of that stuff, they would be picking up the tab. And as you can understand, they're not interested in overspending for anything. Otherwise, they don't really overspend for it. We get to overspend for it because we'll pass on the cost to us. So by finding an internet that's at a lower frequency, that's less congested, less data, and finding a secondary way to do it that brings down the cost, and we can still enjoy all the goodies that we need to in this day and age of modern technology.
Right. And also utilities. All these other things, that Internet of Things. And utility is such a big thing. Yeah, because we can't not live without utilities right now.
Well, one of the major things that the IoT devices do is that they usually have sensors. All right, an IoT device is a device that connects from device to device. It doesn't really need a human being. You only come in after the connection has been done. What would qualify as an IoT device? Maybe not using the internet.
So they're already calling.
Yeah, people are already calling in. So I told you, live and unfiltered, right? Okay. So what would qualify, just to give you an example, what would qualify as an IoT device, and I'm going to go back into the 1900s, would be something like a fax machine. It's a device that, in order to function, it has to connect with another device. So a fax machine, I know I'm dating myself because some of you guys never heard of one or never seen one. Basically, it's a big bulky phone with a box that looks like a printer. What you do when you dial up a number, wherever you dial up, whether it's here or France or Europe, you can actually scan a document and have that document show up over there in a short period of time. I know right now we have email. This was before email and scanning. But that device, in order to work, had to connect to another fax machine on the other end and use the telephone lines to do that. That's an IoT device. Now we have IoT devices that are a little bit more fancy. You go to a city center and you want to park your car. You'll see the meter will say, use this app to pay for your parking. So you're using your phone, you download the app, you use the phone, and then you look at the meter, you take the meter number, and you just enter your payment. That's an IoT device because you're connecting through your phone to that meter. And this is what we're talking about. There's going to be there's a bevy of IoT devices that are coming on board. And when you're talking about utilities, so we have these neat thermostats that we put a little antenna outside, and all it does is just checks the temperature outside and is designed to make your indoor living very comfortable. So if it's cold outside, it turns on the heat inside. If it's warm outside, it turns on the air conditioning. That's an IoT device. Nobody's interfering between that device and your thermostat. So this is what we're talking about, IoT devices. And as more and more of these devices come on board, and at this pace, they're predicting that there'll be about 70 to 80 billion IoT devices that'll be across the planet. That's more devices than there are actually people. So you can understand that if there are already several billion people using the internet that we talk about, that we use right now, which we constantly have to beef up, that would be really not a good idea to have all those devices go onto that same internet. So that's the reason why they have the Internet of Things, that they're scrambling to get it put together in a short period of time as possible. Hopefully 3 to 4 years. Now that 3 to 4 years, pay attention, because we're going to be emphasizing that 3 to 4 years, what that means to you, to the people that you know around you, because you can blink and miss it, because it's a tremendous opportunity that's going to happen in our lifetime, and it's actually going to be happening very, very quickly. And for some areas, it's already too late. So don't be one person caught out there not knowing and not taking advantage of it.
Also, when you're talking about okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. We're back. You're watching the JoJo Allrich Show. Remember, this is a show that comes on every Monday. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. So please, share the live. Thank you. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you. So as we were talking, we have my special guest. Okay, you expert, so he's here. Okay, he's Jourdain. Okay, he's here to talk about what IoT, Internet of Things, what it stands for. This is really awesome because we're preparing, in fact, for next week, because we have a bigger show coming next week. So right now we're talking about the IoT, and then so we're gonna go into like from now to 4 years, like how much would that worth?
Okay, so I hope this doesn't blow your mind, but we're going to talk.
It did blow my mind.
We're talking about big numbers. This is a very big deal. If you think about it, the internet that we have right now.
Okay.
Where in the world do you not access the internet? Okay.
Access it everywhere.
All right. I don't care if you're riding a donkey or a bike. Most people have a phone. They're accessing the internet, whether it's in a third world country or industrialized country. They're accessing the internet.
Right.
What they don't realize is that has an economic value, because you're using apps. Your money's moving. Things are happening. The internet, as it is right now, the internet itself has an economic value of $20 trillion. That's the global value of the internet. So this is a secondary internet, so it's not going to be doing as fancy as that. So it's going to be the little brother or the little cousin. That, when it's set up completely, will be $3 to $11 trillion. Now, let's put that in perspective, because usually companies will be just happy to be a $1 billion company. We're not talking about companies, we're talking about an infrastructure, something that's essential to life. Because right now, when people's internets are down, they freak out. Okay? They're like, whoa, when's the internet coming back on? All right? So it's right up there. Okay? So this IoT, the time frame for it, again, I'm coming back to that 3 to 4 year time frame.
Very important. Please take notes. This is very important because this is a time frame that we are, that we have, right?
Yeah. That's the time frame it's taking. This is the construction. This is putting the infrastructure in place, getting all the real estate in place to get the IoT fully functional. The IoT itself will represent about $3 to $11 trillion. Now, I do a Zoom regularly for the Haitian community, and I always emphasize to them that, go to Google. And Google, when you go to Google, find out if it's possible for a human being to count to 1 trillion. And the short answer is that it's not possible. Wow. Even when you come out, even when you were born, when you were born, you were able to speak, and you decided to forego eating, drinking, talking. All you did was count.
Wow.
It still would take you over 27,000 years to count to 1 trillion. So it's not possible to do it in one lifetime.
That's amazing to see because, Jeff Bezos, right? So, wow. So, woo.
Yes, so the internet, the IoT, they want the IoT
up
as quickly as possible, yes. Because these devices are already here. One of the devices that uses the IoT that a lot of people should be familiar with in the medical world is called a pacemaker. Yes. All right. If you hope you've never had one, because it's not something that's usually a good predictor of you doing too well, because it's when people have heart condition. So they insert this device into somebody's body, and they monitor on a regular basis. The sensor monitors how they're progressing, if they're deteriorating, if they're stabilizing, or if they're getting better. And that sends it out to the center to keep monitoring you. That uses the IoT.
Wow.
So the IoT is, as I said, it's not new. All they're doing right now is expanding it and making it so that it's accessible, just like the internet that we have right now,
right.
Wherever you go.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So that's the idea. And it represents a ton of money that we can't even fathom. So they want it up as soon as possible because it's the future. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be here before you know it.
That's true. So now you said certain location is already saturated.
So unfortunately, what they've done is that in order to make this happen, they're using what they call a peer-to-peer system. That means they're using people like you, like myself, to help set up the infrastructure, have the real estate available for that, so they can set up the hotspots. A hotspot is basically a little box, just like your little Wi-Fi box. It weighs about 3 pounds. It can fit in the palm of your hand. So what they're doing, they're looking for locations to place these boxes. In the United States, they need about 2 to 3 million boxes. Now, that may sound like a big number to people. However, there are 330 million people that live in the United States, the ones that we counted. You know what I'm saying? So that means it's less than 1% of people, the households, that will be able to get one that will qualify to have a hotspot put into their home. So the hotspot has to be set up in a home. And the home that qualify for it will get compensated regularly for as long as that hotspot is up. So it's less like having a cell phone antenna.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if you've ever seen them tear down a cell phone antenna. Have you?
Oh, no, never.
Oh, wow.
No,
so
never.
Do you understand the people where that cell phone tower is sitting?
Yes.
Somebody's getting compensated for that?
Yes.
And a lot of times it's a 99-year contract.
Wow.
All right. I have a friend up in Maine. She lived up there, and they came to her, I think, we won't mention companies, but one of the big phone companies came up there and they said they liked the spot. The spot works for what they need to, and they made them an offer of a pretty hefty offer, and it was a 99-year contract.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's a little bit small because the device is small. It's not that big, but it will be going on it's what we call passive income, that you basically set it up, and instead of you paying for the box every month, it pays you every month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want me to clarify on the box?
Definitely. With the box, I know when you did the assessment for me, right? First of all, you did a first assessment that was for the salon, right? So apparently, yes, it is a hot. I mean, was it? Yeah, it was a hot spot. But in terms of the what the company were going to the compensation exactly, it was like much. It was. What would I say?
It was pretty sizable. What happens is that JoJo, fabulous JoJo here lives in the metropolitan area. So she lives in an area that's close to the city. So when it's closer to the cities, and as she mentioned before, it's expanding out from the cities. So if you think about it, going back to the cell phone days,
Okay.
when they started first setting up cell phone service, you had the cities were always your stronger signals,
Right.
Because you have
Yeah.
more concentrated. More concentration of people.
Right.
Then as you go out, when you go in the little space in the middle, which is more rural, you might
Right.
get a lower signal or no signal until now, where we have signal all over the place. So it's the same thing that's happening.
Okay.
So in your position where you live, you're closer to a metropolitan area, so there are a lot of boxes around. So the more boxes are around, the more stronger the signal is set, and the
Okay.
more you get compensated. Because what you're doing, you're allowing the circuit to continue, and you're strengthening it to the maximum. Okay.
Right.
However, when you mentioned a few minutes ago, there's a couple of things that you need to know that makes you qualified to have a box. It's not, I want to host a hotspot and they give it to you. That's not going to happen. That's not how it works. We run an assessment. The assessment will look at your location, and we can pinpoint where all the other boxes are. And they have to be at least 1,000 feet from each other. So that means that if your neighbor to your left or your right, or if you live in a building upstairs or downstairs or across the street, has already reserved a hotspot for their location, more than likely you cannot. Okay, because there's only so many that can go for a certain area. So this is what we mean by doing an assessment, and this is now what we're talking about, the 3 to 4 years. That means that right now, as it stands, Manhattan, there's a website you can go to where it's a public website, that you can actually see where they have already activated hotspots.
Wow. Yes.
And that website, I don't know if you will put it up later on, it's called explorer.helium.com. Explorer.helium.com. What you will see, you'll see a little menu on the side that will have a number. And that last time I checked, it was 200,000 plus. Now, keep in mind, that might not sound like a big number, but 3 months ago, it was 78,000.
Right.
Okay, that's how many boxes are actually delivered, plugged in, and then that portion of those cities or wherever they're located is basically starting to take shape. If you go on that site, you can now move that aside, and you'll be able to see the map of the world, and you can zoom in on it to the point where you can see streets. If you go over New York, you go to New York and you look at
Wow.
Manhattan, you'll see Manhattan is covered completely in green, which means that they have the boxes they need to have in place in Manhattan. So if you are looking at this and you live in Manhattan, I'm sorry to say that it's not a 2 to 3 year journey for you. They're basically out of the game, because they've already got all they need to have set up in Manhattan. Now, here's the sad part. We are Haitian American. Okay, in case you can't tell, sac passe. We know that there are a lot of island or Caribbean people that live in Brooklyn. However, Brooklyn also is about 97% done. So this is what we mean by a 3 to 4 year period, that if you don't know what's going on, you won't even know that you could have participated. You won't be able to find out unless you get an assessment from somebody like me, who's part of iHub Global. I'm an affiliate, and my job is to basically find places, find locations. What qualifies for the box, for a hotspot to go somewhere, is the address.
Right.
It's not the person, it's the address where you're locating and how close you are to another box. And we want to have a certain amount of boxes to cover a certain area. And then once that area is covered, that's it. So somebody can't say, well, I live right here, can I have one? It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work like that.
So you're lucky that both your spots qualify.
Yes, and also we want to tell the people this is like the people's network. So that's the beautiful thing about this, company. It's the people's network.
Yes. It's the people's network in the sense that they can't make it work without us. Usually companies will go, because what happened is that we have these big gaudy antennas. Everybody's scared of cell phone towers, right? Because they understand that they use up a lot of energy, and they may not be the most healthiest thing to have to be close to where somebody lives. All right. I'm not going to get into trouble with the cell phone companies. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we've done, we've taken both those things and we've kind of eliminated them because a cell phone tower would be this big. The box, remember, it's probably the size of a grain of rice. So it doesn't. It uses 5 watts of energy.
Yeah, very important because people are asking, okay, how many watts does it use?
Yes.
5 watts. And
So it uses a infinitesimally small
So
amount
small.
of energy. All right, and as a result, it can only put out a signal that's only 915 megahertz, which is FCC approved. It's basically the same signal strength that if you had a cordless phone in your house. Nobody ever worried about their cordless phones, did they?
No.
Okay, so that's basically what it is. So with that, that allows us to take out those two impediments, which would be a health hazard and an energy drain. Okay, so with that, we know that when we put one in our house, people don't have to worry about it. It's safe. But that allows us now to put as many as necessary to cover the area so that we make sure that, we get the IoT up and the people will get compensated for it.
Good. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
Oroporo 2 is well known for its quality custom jewelry. Looking for that perfect engagement ring with flawless diamonds? Why not adorn your neckline with elegant 18-karat and 14-karat gold and platinum necklaces? Recently featured by TV host JoJo
If you
Allrich.
could think it, they could make it. This is what's so wonderful, about it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oroporo 2 has seasoned staff ready to create custom pieces for you. Did someone say pearls? Where else can you find high-end diamonds, fine Italian jewelry, designers, importers, repairs? They even buy gold. Financing available. Oroporo 2. Be sure to say JoJo sent you.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Okay, once more, we're back. We're live on what? Facebook and YouTube. And my special guest is Will Jourdain. Today's topic is IoT, which stands for Internet of Things. This is what we're talking about and also promoting because next week, Monday, we have this big show that's coming on. So today, Will had just talked about certain things about IoT. Now we're going to talk about what the compensation plan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, since we're in a new age, okay.
You could say that again.
We're in a new age.
Yes,
I can't.
new age.
Can you remember the last time you got paid in cash?
No.
Okay. You did. Nobody goes to their job at the end of the week and say, okay, they say, here's your pay, and they give you out. They give you out 20s and stuff like that, because most people have a direct deposit.
Right.
Or some people still get the paper check, but it's not like they put the money in their hand.
Right, exactly.
So we live in everything's basically digital, and even the money in the bank, we just use our debit cards. Now we have Zelle. We have all these.
I love Zelle.
I'm a fan too. So basically, our money's everything's digitized. So with this IoT, what they're doing, because I don't know if people have heard about it, but there's a new form of currency that's taking the world by storm called cryptocurrency.
Yes.
So with this IOT, what they're doing, they're trying to stabilize the cryptocurrency. So the compensation that people would be receiving for hosting a box would be some cryptocurrency. So a lot of people would probably be like, what? I get to host a box and I get crypto? Yes, you do get crypto. Some other people will be like, what? I'm getting crypto? What's wrong with the good old American greenback, right? So this is the part that we want to talk about, a little bit about crypto and, why you would want to get paid in crypto and what benefit it would be.
Well,
to
first,
you.
I think first of all, I should tell them that my person or my house, right? When you did the assessment for me, I found that the box could generate me about like $1,600 per month. When I saw
don't do that, they'll come knock on your door and ask for a loan.
Okay, $1,600.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, wow, that blew my mind. That was amazing. I said, right away, sign me up. That's it. We locked it, right?
Yes.
I reserved my box. And I was lucky.
You're lucky?
Because
yes.
I was lucky because my address was a hot spot. Thank God. My neighbor didn't have one. So, right there I reserved it. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it is that, again, JoJo's location, JoJo's in the metropolitan area. There are boxes all around. It's almost like she was that one little empty spot that if she didn't jump on it, she wouldn't get it. And these boxes, the way that they function is that they need to be able to ping off of each other. I don't want to get too technical, but if a box is all by itself, it's not going to do anything. All right, it doesn't help the company.
Right, and I'm glad you're saying that. So this is to let people know that that's why we need people.
Yes.
Yeah, we need people so we could do assessments, so we could have like more boxes because they need to feed, upon each other.
Yes. So it's sort of like it's the boxes. The whole idea. It's a peer-to-peer system. What peer-to-peer means is that it doesn't go back to a central server. So basically, it pings off of when you put let's say the fax machine wants to function, it goes straight through the line and goes to the other end and does what it needs to do on the other end. It doesn't go to a third party and then sits there and then that third party makes a relay. There's no relaying. So they need for the boxes for the circuit to be complete for it to function properly. In your case, you're sitting in the middle of a perfect storm where your location is like you have to the left, to your right, to the front, to your back of you, and you have all of that. But a lot of times we'll be in areas. I live up in upstate New York. I don't live too far from Woodstock, New York, High Woodstock. So it's pretty much virgin territory up there. So, and what happens is that we don't live so close to each other. When we come down here to the city, we're like, oh my God, you guys could open your window and touch your neighbor. That's not the case up there. So it's a little different. So with that, the boxes are more valuable down here, but it's harder to get a box. Out there is a difference in the situation. You can get a box. It's easier to get a box, but you have to find certain boxes placed around you. So it takes a little bit more strategizing
To create a network.
to create a network. So when you do an assessment, if there are no boxes around you, her assessment showed her a certain amount of money. Your assessment, if you're in a place who doesn't have any boxes, will show you zero. So that means we have to build a network around you. The network's already built around your place.
Yes.
All right. So, and it showed that too, because what happens is that as we're talking about crypto, the boxes actually get rewarded in crypto. So now that crypto, the analogy I like to make is that if you had a choice of being paid in pesos or dollars, which would you rather get paid in?
Well, right now, because I'm more informed, I'm more educated and informed when it comes to crypto, I would rather get paid with crypto.
Okay. Okay, she would rather get paid in crypto. Does everybody get that? Okay, so why would she rather get paid in crypto? Because let's change crypto and let's say that it was a gold coin. If you had the choice of getting paid in dollar or gold coins, which would you rather get paid in?
The gold coin.
Why? Because of one piece of gold coin is worth?
Oh, yes, it's worth even more. It's worth more than $1.
Is worth several dollars.
Yes.
So it's the same thing with crypto.
Yes.
When you get compensated in crypto, one token of crypto is worth several dollars.
Yes.
All right. So when you do an assessment, and depending on when you exchange your crypto, that crypto could be, you multiply that several times. So instead of you getting $1, you'd rather get one token. That one token, and again, you could go online and look at the value of your crypto at any given moment. And when you're ready to cash it in, you cash it in, and it winds up being very, very lucrative. And crypto seems, one of the things in the crypto game, I want to make sure I clarify that to people. Why would you want to get compensated in crypto? In order to make money in the crypto game, the people that invest in crypto, we're not asking you to invest. That's not what we're asking you to do. The people that invest in crypto, usually they try to get in on the crypto when it just started, or they try to get in, buy low and sell high. So in other words, if the crypto, they want to get it, and the inception, it might be like 25 cents or $1 or $2 or whatever. So when they say, okay, let me buy some crypto, let's say they buy one crypto token for $10. In order for them to make money, they're waiting for the value of that crypto to go up to $20, so they made $10.
Yeah, just like 50 cents did.
Yes.
Well, with the Bitcoin. When it first came out, he bought so much Bitcoin, and then, my gosh, he made a fortune.
Yeah, well, Bitcoin is the king of crypto because that was the first crypto that ever existed.
Yeah.
So everybody knows the story of Bitcoin. What they don't realize, Bitcoin is not the only crypto that exists.
That's it.
All right. The dollar is not the only form of currency that exists on the planet.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So, with that being said, it's a very lucrative thing to get paid in crypto because you can cash it in, and at the end of the day, one of the biggest things about crypto is that when you have an account that has crypto, it's not sitting in the bank.
We have the book right there, right?
Yeah, we have a book right here that's talking about.
Good. We all reading this book, right? Which is.
I don't know if you can find that book anymore, but
no, right? That is so true. We went to so many places, Yeah, sold out. This is the complete guide to cryptocurrency, right? And it says, this is the top strategies to make, money, tip to buy, store, and sell, and also keeping digital currencies safe. So this is a complete guide to it, and I love this book. So we went so many places, everywhere, sold out. But you were lucky, got you your copy.
I was lucky because I knew people.
That's true.
This person right here.
Yes, very persistent.
Yes.
I went everywhere looking for this. Sold out, and I said, no, I'm not gonna go home tonight until I find this book. Yeah. So finally, it was only 2 left. I said, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. Whew. And I got them.
Yes. So just to complete that thought. So people invest in crypto with the idea that they buy the crypto and then they wait for it to go up and they cash it in and they make money. Like she said, 50 cents did that. A lot of people are doing that. However, in this case, you're not doing that. You're getting the crypto. So that means whatever the value of the crypto, you make an infinite return on it.
Yes.
So basically, if it's whatever amount of dollars that it is, that's what you make. You don't make a percentage of that. You make the full face value. So that's why it's nice to get crypto as a compensation.
Yes.
And you don't have to cash it in right away. You can cash in a portion of it,
right.
Because let's say you keep a certain amount in your account, and then what happens is that as time goes by, because the experts are predicting that it's only going to be more valuable as time goes by.
Definitely.
And then now you cash in something that was a couple of dollars, it could be a couple of $100 each.
Right.
And you could have a very, very, very nice Christmas with that.
Yes, definitely. What I did, I took my time to do some research, right, in terms of, the crypto. So, one of them, which is the helium, itself. So, like they said, in the next 5 years, right? Oh my gosh. One helium could cost anywhere from 50 to 55.
That's
something.
100.
Yes, 100. Over 100, right? So, and I was looking at it, and I said, this is really an awesome business to really join it and get those, crypto, heliums, and then keep some, exchange some and keep some, because it is gonna go. It's gonna go up in value. It goes up and down, but it is gonna go. And it was like, oh my gosh. And one of the things I was thinking about, in America right now, also that I've heard, every single day, how many people become a millionaire in America? I mean, it's like this is first time in history. First time in history, you have, how many people?
Several thousand.
Several thousand per day. And we're talking about
per
per day. People are becoming millionaires. It's like this is the first time in history, such a rate. And I said, you know what? I want to be one of, I want to be in there. It's like, wow.
I read an article, or I just saw the headline. It's talking about how we should get ready for a humongous transfer of wealth. All right, things are changing, and they're changing real fast.
Oh, things are changing.
And the people
Technology.
that, oh yes, and the people that are in the right position,
Yes.
and take the right action, will be able to benefit tremendously in ways that they can't even comprehend. So it's the same thing with this IoT thing. Now, the whole point of this, the objectives of here today, and what we're going to be doing next week, is not just to inform you guys about IoT. It sounds real good, but at the end of the day, remember what we talked about Manhattan, we talked about Brooklyn. We want our audience, the people out there looking at this, to do their assessment. Find out your location. If your location is good, do not sit on it, because they are reserving boxes at the click of several thousand per day.
Yes.
And just because you don't know it, your neighbor might be knowing it, and then because you're sitting on it and you don't know, so ask for an assessment. We have an email set up. It's 1025 helium, HELIUM @gmail.com. Put in the subject matter, the JoJo Allrich Show, and request, and either send in your address and your phone number, and we'll check it. And if it works out, we will contact you. If it doesn't work out, we'll contact you still. Or you could call into the show at 347-595-2212. Call into the show and again make a request to find out if your location works. Because not only if it works, you want to lock that down as soon as possible.
Definitely.
You want to be in a situation like JoJo. You are not going to get your box overnight. That's not how it works. We will talk about it in the next segment.
Yes.
However, you are in the queue and you know that it's the done deal. You're going to be participating in.
See, the phone's ringing.
Yeah, the phone started to ring.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea, because next week we're going to basically focus only on that, on people contacting us, checking your address, and then making sure if it's good, we lock it down for you and have you make sure you reserve that for you. And you can not only do it for you, you can also do it for your brother, your cousins, your nephews, your niece, your aunts, your uncles, your parents, your grandparents, your associates, all those people that you know their addresses. If their address is qualified, why not them? Why not them be the ones to take advantage? Why not you? Because this is something that's going to happen one time, and once it's done, so now you know if it gets done and you did not participate, we did our part. We're telling you that it's happening, and it's happening in a big way, and we're actually giving you a way to actually be able to participate and benefit from this.
Yes, definitely.
So do not sit on the information. Contact the show, contact the email, and let us see if your location works. And even if it doesn't, there's still a way for you to benefit. I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget about that.
Oh, you said it well. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Oroporo 2 is well known for its quality custom jewelry. Looking for that perfect engagement ring with flawless diamonds? Why not adorn your neckline with elegant 18-karat and 14-karat gold and platinum necklaces? Recently featured by TV host JoJo Allrich.
If you could think it, they could make it. This is what's so wonderful, about it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oroporo 2 has seasoned staff ready to create custom pieces for you. Did someone say pearls? Where else can you find high-end diamonds, fine Italian jewelry, designers, importers, repairs? They even buy gold. Financing available. Oroporo 2. Be sure to say JoJo sent you.
Santo
Okay, we're back. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Please share the live and also subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channels. We have two YouTube channels. One of them is the JoJo Allrich, the JoJo Allrich Show, and the other one is the Allrich, Showcase. So subscribe to it. So now we come to the last conclusion of the show. So what would you like to say?
Okay, as I just wanted to turn up the intensity and the heat a little bit to make sure that you guys understand. We're not here to massage you and make you feel good. All right, we're here to talk about the IoT because the IoT is a big thing. It's something that's going to happen whether you understand it or not. And before you know it, it's going to be just as common as cell phones are. Because there was one time where cell phones were big and bulky and only a certain amount of people had them. Now they are everywhere. Okay, it's the same thing with the IoT. However, the difference with that we can get to participate and reap some benefits. Okay, reap ongoing benefits, not just a one-time deal. This could be an ongoing thing for years to come. It's going to make
about 50 years.
It's going to be at that. They're talking about at least 20 years, but I'm sure it's probably go more than that. What you can get compensated on, you can get compensated on your location if your location works as a hotspot. But even if it doesn't, we need to get 40 million boxes set up around the globe. If you know people in other countries, of course, we want to do United States and Canada and the industrialized countries first, but we are reserving boxes all over the place right now. We're reserving boxes in Jamaica, in Barbados, in South America, Haiti. Central America, in Haiti, and Dominican Republic is going crazy. Yes. Vietnam is going crazy. So yes, the United States will probably be done in 12 to 15 months. I hope you guys are paying attention. United States will probably be done in 12 to 15 months. The only thing that's slowing us down is this chip situation that we have. So a lot of people, and I know a lot of you that have tuned in, have already reserved boxes. The chip situation has slowed down the boxes actually getting to people. But as soon as those boxes start coming in, it's going to be a free-for-all because people are going to like, oh my God, I'm getting this and I'm getting that, and it's going to be it's what you call the critical mass, where everybody's going to be like, whoa, clamoring to get one, and those people that qualified. So if you're here tonight, the entire objective of this show was to let you know that the IoT is happening and that you need to check your address to see if you can participate. Now, not only do you need to check your address, but you need to check the address of the people that are near and dear to you to see if they could participate. And next week, all we're going to do next week, the entire show will be like a telethon. All we'll be doing is we'll take people's names and addresses, check it. If it works, we'll block off the address and we'll give you an opportunity to have first pick at that location so you do not miss out. We don't want the same thing that happened in Brooklyn to happen again, where people of Caribbean descent, people that live and breathe New York, they never even knew what happened and they didn't get to participate. So that's the entire objective of the show here tonight. That's what I do as an iHub affiliate. My job is to open your eyes to let you know this is what's happening and you need to participate and try to do it to as many people as possible. I host, can I say?
Yes.
Okay. For those people in the Haitian community, I know there are a lot of you probably looking at this tonight. We have a Zoom that we do where we explain IoT, we explain the compensation, we explain what's going on right now so that we can take advantage of it. We do that. The next one coming up will be this Wednesday at 7 p.m. So Wednesday the 13th, I believe. Wednesday the 13th at 7 p.m. And the link to hop onto the Zoom will be www.tupanu. We all know that means it's our turn, it's our shot. Tupanu.com. So if you are Haitian and you speak Creole, because it will be in that language, hop onto that. We also have ones that are being done in English. Pretty soon we'll have them being done in Spanish as well. For the English ones, just send us an email or text us that you would like to be able to sit in on a Zoom, and we'll send the link to you because we don't have the schedule for the week as of yet. But again, I cannot emphasize this too much. I have family members. I have an aunt in Miami, Florida, and she's not too technically savvy, because she's up there in age. However, her address worked, and she actually is somebody who, for her entire life, she's had a orphanage in Haiti. She's done missions with the church in Haiti, so she's dedicated her entire life to helping others. And she's now kind of slowing down, and she was asking for, how is to set up a 501(c)(3). I don't know if you guys are a nonprofit to be able to continue what she's done. And I said, okay, you know what? I said, let me set up a hotspot at your house, and then you will just take that money and you'll send it to the orphanage. Now I sent it to her. I was 2 hours away. I couldn't go there. She didn't know how to claim the location. So the block I put on it went off. And then now what happened is that by the time I got to her, she couldn't reserve the hotspot. Somebody next to her got the hotspot. And I know she wasn't going to even take the money for herself. She was going to take the money to help our country in Haiti. So that was what she wanted to do with those funds. So that is something that's really like a sore in my back, because I don't want that to happen to other people. Because I know for us in America, it's just extra money, but for a lot of other people, it will be life changing to have passive residual income over and over, month after month. It will change their lives. So you have that opportunity right now to be that person that will be saving that other person. And if you don't take action on it, well, I don't know what else to say.
Talking about that, I have a nonprofit which is Help for a Better World International. Mm-hmm. So that's my purpose, getting involved with IOT, which is Internet of Things, is really to take that money and then put it, for the my nonprofit, which is a 501, C3. Mm-hmm. It's a full-blown 100%, charity. So if any way that I could help, so definitely that's why I'm using with my, some of my money to help them.
When you go to the Zoom, what people don't realize, when we do the Zoom, there's a Southern Connecticut University is actually an affiliate, a college, university in Connecticut. They are all on board with helping. They've put hotspots all over their campus, and they're using their student body to get the word out. Beautiful. We have the city of San Jose, California. The mayor, San Jose, California, has basically said, okay, yes, because in California you have a big divide, a digital divide. You have some people that can't afford to have internet and stuff like that in their house. So what they're doing, they decided to become partners and help locate places to put boxes, and they're putting boxes in the communities that are underprivileged, but they're collecting the compensation, and they're using that to give those communities internet for free.
Wow.
Okay, so there's a lot of things that people don't understand. One of the biggest partners we had recently is Microsoft has IoT, and they've basically merged their IoT system with our IoT system. There's no bigger partner than Microsoft, because Microsoft doesn't do anything with anybody unless you're on the up and up. So as we're sitting here, I know we're doing this thing on social media, and it's the first time you're hearing about it, and you have all of these things going through your head about, oh, IoT, this and that. Do yourself a favor, just check your address, reserve the box, and go do your homework. That's what we're here for. I'm available all the time. My wife has already said she has a problem with me because she doesn't know when I sleep. But I don't think I need any more beauty rest. I need to get done what I need to get done. I'll rest after 3 years. All right. And baby, if you're listening to me, I'm sorry, but I love you. And my daughter Saya, shout out to you. Okay. I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Well, this is all the time that we have. Thank you for watching the JoJo Allrich show, and then thank you.
Thank you.
For coming. It's always a pleasure, talking to you, and then today you're here. So definitely, if we put the face right to the voice, right?
Yep. Yeah. And you're like, wow, he's a little bit more. You need to drink some Red Bull.
Okay. I want to say thank you to the staff. Thank you to my manager, Gino, and also Jourdain. And thank you to all of you viewers who's watching, who tune in. Thank you. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, which is the YouTube channel, right? Like it and subscribe, and please and also share. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. I'm sorry, I just have to be me.